I'm Dan Verlaine of the Keto Diet Weight Loss Success channel. When talking about the science or physiology of keto, the first thing I want to cover with you is the difference between a low carb diet and a keto diet and why each of them work. Now, once again, I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional of any sort. Neither is my lovely wife, Amy. We are simply two regular people who've experienced real success with the ketogenic diet, and we want to share with you what has worked for us. Now, always consult a medical professional before starting any diet. And you may think that I have to say that or that I'm joking or what have you, but the truth is I didn't consult my doctor. I didn't talk to a medical professional. I was tired of being fat. I was tired of nothing working long term, and I was afraid for my life. I felt like I would die if I didn't solve the problem. So to me, it was there was nothing to lose. I didn't care what the doctors may or may not have to say about whatever solution I found, period. As long as it worked, it had to be better, than the alternative, Now, your situation, however, may be radically different from mine. So seriously, check with your medical professional before you start this or any diet. Now, all that out of the way, sorry for taking up your time. Let me first tell you why I was overweight, as if there's an excuse. And here comes the sciencey stuff. I told you I'm a geek. I love knowing, but if you don't share my thirst for knowledge, it will help you long-term, or with your long-term weight loss efforts at least, to understand just a little bit about how your body works and how the foods you eat affect your weight management results. And we start at the very beginning. The carbs we eat turn into glucose in our bloodstream. Glucose in high concentrations can cause tremendous amounts of damage to your body over time that can lead to things like diabetes and other serious health issues. But you have a defender, in your body in the form of insulin. Insulin is secreted by the pancreas when you eat carbs into your bloodstream, and in the bloodstream, it is insulin's job to take that potentially harmful glucose and channel it to your muscles and nerves and other cells of your body to be used as fuel. And any excess, it stores as fat in case lean times come around when you have no food. How wonderfully efficient of your body. You should really be kind of proud. What our bodies don't know is that there are things called grocery stores. So we're not going to stop eating. Lean times aren't going to come. We will continue to eat, and it will continue to store the excess. And we, in turn, will carry around heavier and heavier bags of stored energy in the form of fat. Now, both low-carb diets and ketogenic diets can help reverse this process, but there are some vital distinctions between the two that you really should be aware of. First off, both diets obviously restrict your intake of carbohydrates. A healthy keto diet, being the more intense of the two, restricts your carb intake to about 5% of your daily meal consumption versus a low-carb diet's restrictions, which range anywhere from 10% as high as 30 or 40% for weight loss, depending upon who you listen to. Now, because both restrict carbohydrates, a lot of people think that they're just two tiers of the same diet, but the truth is, a keto diet is really more of a high-fat diet than a low-carb diet. And the reason I say that is that even though it's more restrictive when it comes to carbs, the reason I say that is because it's vitally important for keto to not only restrict your carb intake, but your protein intake. You need to restrict your protein intake to about 25% of what you're eating. 25% as far as the calories are concerned. Now, of course, if you restrict 2 of your 3 macros, the idea is to concentrate on that third macros, which is fat. So on a healthy, effective, long-term ketogenic diet, it is necessary for 70 to 90% of your daily intake to be in the form of fat. And now, before you go grabbing a tub of lard and a serving spoon, please understand we are talking about healthy fats. We are talking about fats like avocado and olive oil, coconut oil, butter, cheese, sour cream, fats from fatty fish like trout, salmon, mackerel, and unprocessed meat fat like beef, chicken, pork, fat, that kind of thing. And at this point, you're probably wondering, the burning question is probably, or it was for me, is why do I need to cut out protein on a keto diet, which brings us to really the core difference between a healthy ketogenic diet and a low-carb diet. On most low carb diets, your body is still burning carbs as fuel, on most. Now, by restricting those carbs, you're essentially cutting off the fuel supply. You're cutting off the fuel line, which is good because it then starts to break down your fat into glucose, causing you to lose weight. But your liver will also turn the amino acids from the proteins you eat into glucose. Now, on a ketogenic diet, you restrict both carbs and protein, and then you feed your body plenty of fats, and your metabolism, searching for a replacement fuel, flips from burning glucose, converted from the carbohydrates, to burning the ketones, converted from the fats. And that's the major difference right there. They're two different diets. Now, there are benefits and drawbacks to both diets, and we certainly don't judge. So even though we focus on keto, most of what we tell you is also going to apply to your low carb lifestyle as well, because keto is low carb, even if low carb isn't necessarily keto. But the point is that it's necessary to know the difference. That's it for now. Thank you for reading or watching or whichever. Please comment, like, share, react. Send up a flare. We'd love to hear from you. Again, my name is Denver Lane. I'm just a regular guy from the Keto Diet Weight Loss Success channel. I'll talk to you soon.